Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. Excuse me. Today is Monday. It is the 13th of March. And today's topic, there's four types of people that you need in your life, or four categories of people in your life. It could be one person, it could be a few people in each one of these categories or more. But I'm going to go over those four. And if you really focus on compartmentalizing, if you want, or acknowledging where people in your life fit in these categories, because you need to fill in these categories to really get to that extra level, because it's hard without having people in your life in these categories. So I'll go through them. I won't keep you waiting any longer. So number one, you need coaches or a coach. Who's coaching you? Who is helping you become being accountable? Who is pushing you in just that area? It could be someone you hire. It could be a coach that, real estate coach or a life coach, which I'm both. And who's pushing you, just pushing you? There's lots of other things coaches do, but just focusing on who's pushing you outside of yourself and who's making you accountable. Because sometimes this next category, people combine the two. The second are you need mentors in your life. Now, those mentors in business could be myself as Century 21 Homestar agents, or I have many agents that I talk to, all different companies and all across the country at different offices. But a mentor is somebody or multiple people that have the experience that you're looking for. A mentor is not someone that's a colleague of yours. It's not someone at the same level as yours. A mentor is someone that has more experience, more knowledge, more that person you go to for collaborating, that person you go to or people you go to find out how they did it. Again, that's why I separate the coach in mentor. Sometimes people put that together because sometimes you could get a coach that doesn't have all of the experience of the details of success from start to finish. And sometimes that mentor doesn't want to be a good coach. Like myself, I love to be a mentor a lot more than being a coach. But sometimes we put those terminologies together, like a real estate coach or life coach. Coaching to me is more like, you're doing this, I want to make sure you do it and give you accountability, where mentoring is giving you that experience. So hopefully you made that, because you could find a coach that doesn't have much experience as being a mentor, because you have that mentor that you actually go through it. Example, in real estate, you can have that coach, you could hire a coach, you could have a friend or someone that's making you accountable that has really little knowledge of how to write a contract, has real little knowledge of how transactions work as a real estate agent, but that mentor has to want to know from start to finish how to mentor you and guide you in the right direction on building your business, not making you accountable all the time. So hopefully that makes some sense. So those are the first two. The third is cheerleaders. Just those people in your life that are really sincerely cheering for you to be better. They're just the happy. They're just so happy for you when you are doing well, and you could go to those people because they'll listen to your success stories over and over and over, and you're just like, they're like, soak it in. I sometimes I forget about these people because I feel like I try to push myself and be my own cheerleader, so I forget to seek out those people sometimes of like my own personal successes. So you have to have those people that are just there and they are truly sincerely happy for you, and you can't wait to tell them all of the great things that you are doing. Because sometimes we have those people in our lives that are happy for us, but sometimes you feel guilty for telling them because maybe they're not it's kind of like when you have you're an agent, you're doing well, you want to tell another agent that you're friends with all the great things you're doing, but they're not doing as well, or they're not hitting their goals, and you feel a little guilty, and you're like, oh, there might not be my complete cheerleader, they're a colleague of mine, but they might not be that person that you really feel comfortable with, telling you all of your successes to that. And fourth is friends. You have to have some sincere, down to earth friends / family. I separate that. I'm not going to go into detail about, I'm not going to go into an hour-long video on the difference between family, friends, family, but you know who those people are. So many of us, and it's been 52 years of my life. I have lots of great family, lots of great friends, but I also have not so great family and not so great friends. What I mean by that, like, well, why are they still in your life if they're not so great? I mean by this, the friends that are sincerely positive influences in your life, that they're pushing you, they're guiding you, they're happy for you, you could count on them, you could confide in them. That's why I say friends, not just family, because I have some great family, some great friends that I just don't feel that they're the complete positive influence in my life. Do you have that? Hopefully you can admit that. I know there's really no one out there that said, well, unless they have, just limit themselves to a few people, but we all have people in our lives that are family and friends that are positive influences in our life, and there's family and friends that are negative influences in our life. I know that, going to family functions and parties and get-togethers, and that's their family, or there's their friends that were there, and they're good people, but they just suck the life out of you. Those Debbie Downers that you don't feel comfortable going into everything that's happening in your life because they'll just suck it out of you, and they're like energy suckers. But so the point I'm making about the friends, making sure you have those friends and you reach out to them more to build a connection with them and how much you care for their friendship, and even come out and tell them that you are, I say this to my friends, and sorry if anybody's watching if I haven't said it to you, is that, do you understand how important you are in my life? You're not just a friend, you are A+. You're in my life for this. You're okay to say that to people. You could say, you are one of my favorites. I joke with my kids about that. Joke with that all the time. I say that to each one of them, you're my favorite, but they all know they're my favorites. But you could reach out to those people so they know how special they are to you. You don't have to feel guilty of saying, these are my best friends or my very good friends. But maybe one of the things, a little homework that you can do, is these 4 categories. Start when you have interactions with your people in your life, go, which category are these? And if you want to better yourself, have a conversation with them, because they might enjoy knowing that, wow, I didn't realize that you look at me, I know I'm a friend or your family, but I didn't know if you really looked at me as a mentor, and say, I appreciate this, because maybe they'll bring more out of it. I would love that. Someone says, Tony, when anybody says, Tony, I didn't realize, I'm like, yeah, you might watch my videos, what I do for a living, I have friends and family out there, but until they tell me, oh, wow, I watch your videos, or I really look up to you as a mentor and all that, I'm like, well, let's spend more time together. So don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it a secret. Tell these people in your life how important they are and what category that you really put them in, and how they're helping you. Don't make it a secret, because it's hard for people to help you. They could probably help you even more, and they would be more involved in your life if you tell them how important they are in your life. So that's the homework for today, or for every day, is when you have those special people in your life, those coaches, those mentors, those cheerleaders, those special positive friends, let them know, and let them know often, and they'll bring more to you. They'll bring more to you. They'll do more for you. They'll help you even more, because they know that they're there for you. And that's the whole point of those 4 categories, that you'll get more out of people to help you even more because they love to, because they like to be in there. I can't think of a situation that someone would be like, no, I don't want to be your cheerleader. I don't, you're really, I don't want to be your mentor or your coach or whatever. I mean, it's not like it's a everyday job, but just knowing that they're there for that resource, I think they would be honored to be that. So that's it for today. Some things to think about. Those 4 categories: coaches, mentors, cheerleaders, friends, and to start being, cognizant of it and think about it with everybody that you come across often in your lives. So that's it for today. Hope that made some sense. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye-bye.